x to the power n minus 1. Now let me explain this guy to you using an example. Find the derivative. Find the derivative of y equal to 2x squared. I already told you about the power, the highest power of a function of a variable, right? Now this function here, what kind of function is this? A quadratic function, because it is of degree 2. That is the degree, the power of the independent variable is of degree 2. So it is quadratic. Now, this guy here is called your n. Your n is equal to 2, this guy. Or let me change it to 3 so that you will not be confused. Your n is equal to 2. While your a is the coefficient of the variable. So your a is equal to what? 3. So if you are to apply this guy here to solve for this, you now have dy dx is equal to na x n minus 1, which is equal to, your n is equal to what? 2 multiplied by, your a is what? 3 multiplied by x is the independent variable. Raised to the power of n is what? Minus 1. This is going to give you 2 times 3 is what? 6x raised to the power of what? 1, which is the same thing as 6x. So the derivative of 3x squared is equal to 6x. Do you understand that? Now, using the same formula, I want you to solve this guy for me. Find the derivative of y is equal to 6x to power minus 3 plus 1. I want you to solve this guy for me. Solve this guy for me using this guy here. You have to be very fast. So we are just at the preliminaries. These are just introductions. We have not started the real work of differentiation. I just want you to have the general idea, then we'll begin to dive into the different all right. Okay.
Minus 8x or minus 4.
Have you all solved it? Have you all solved it?
Minus 8x or minus 4.
You solved it. Let me see it. What did you say? Minus. 3 times 6. What happened to this one?
0, 1.
Have you finished? All right, this is how this guy is done. This is how you solve for this guy. Look up. In this, you have to first of all identify the properties. Look out for the properties. You said you have y is equal to 6x to power minus 3 plus 1. Now, in differentiation, if you are having addition, you differentiate this separately, differentiate this separately. Are we together? So this is a separate function, this is a separate function. Are we together? Now, I want you to go and read that up. In differentiation, dy dx of a plus b is the same thing as dy dx of a plus dy dx of b. Are we together? Just split it into two. Then you differentiate them separately. Now this is it. So this implies that our using this first function here, our a is what? A is what? 6. And what is a here? A here is what? And 1. A here is 1. It's a coefficient. Are we together? Then, what is our n? N here is what? Minus 3 and what? 0. There is no power here. Are we together? Now, in solving for this, using this guy here, we have dy dx to be equal to, for this first one, your n is what? Minus 3 multiplied by 6, which is a, x raised to the power of what? Minus 3 minus 1. You are done with this one. Plus, here, your n is equal to what? 1 multiplied by, sorry, your n is 0. Your n is 0 multiplied by a, which is 1, multiplied by what? X, which is what? 0. There is no x. Are we together? Raised to the power of n, which is what? 0 minus 1. Now, this implies that dy dx is equal to minus 3 times 6 is what? Minus 18. X minus 3 minus 1. Minus 4 plus what? 0. Because when this 0 multiplies out through, it turns to 0. So which is equal to minus 18x to power minus 4. This is your derivative. Is that okay? Write it quickly. Now, a point of note is you discover that when we differentiated this guy here, it turns to be what? 0. Now, the derivative of a constant is 0. And if you are having a constant function, the derivative of a constant function is 0. If they say find the derivative of 10,000, the answer is 0. Find the derivative of 100,000, the answer is 0. So long as it is a constant value, the derivative is always 0. Is that okay? So when you are given a problem, let's say they give you 3x plus 1 and they say you should differentiate. Don't bother yourself with this guy here because this guy is 0. Just differentiate only this one and then you have your answer. Is that okay? All right. Write that out quickly. As another example, you have not written it. Number 3, find the value of x for which dy dx is equal to 0 given the function f of x or y is equal to 3x raised to power 3 plus 6x squared minus 3x. Find the value of x for which dy dx equal to 0 given the function y is equal to 3x squared plus 6x squared minus 3x. Who can attempt this?
9x raised to power 2 plus 12x minus.
Who can attempt this? All right. Yeah. Yes. Come on, attempt it now. Don't worry. Okay, how do you want to attempt it? Okay, have you done it? Left. Is he going to do your own exam for you? He did what?
Understand?
He did what?
Name something on the board. I don't think I mean.
Come and attempt it. Come.
Understand?
Just come. Come.
How have you?
You finished?
Should be able to get it to 0, right? Quadratic equation. I'm teaching you to count.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You're right. Just go ahead.
Okay.
Give me the marker. All right. Put your hands together for her. They say come and solve. You say you will not come and solve. Somebody else will solve. You, because of your jealousy, you don't want to clap. You put your hands together for her. You think it's easy? So you see, what she did is very simple. They said find the value of x. So she has gotten this, which is this guy here. The next thing is for you to solve quadratically. Are we together? And you have three methods of solving quadratic equation, right? Completing the square method, formula method, and what? Factorization. Is that also? So if it cannot be factorizable, you try to apply completing the square method, or you use the formula method, which is the simplest, right? Hope you know how to use the formula method. So apply the formula method to this guy here, and you have the values of your x equal to this guy or this guy. Is that okay? What's the formula method for quadratic? So hope you all know how to use this guy here. Good. So use this guy here, have this here, and then you have the values of your x. Quickly, another question. Differentiate the following. Hope maths is sweet, ba? Maths is a queen. Mathematics is a queen. Is that what? Mathematics is a queen. What physics is?
The king.
No. Maths is a queen. Then physics is the servant of mathematics. Physics serves mathematics. The king. Maths is both the queen and the king.
Yes.
Mathematics is both the queen and the king. Because even your English is formulated using mathematics. So maths is the ogbonge of them all. Have you finished? So quickly differentiate x over p.
You explain after we've done this.
Differentiate x over p plus 4x cubed minus square root of x. Who can help us out with this? That is x over p plus 4x squared minus root x. Who can help us out with this guy? Please, quiet. Something very, very serious is going on here.
Everything is called zero is one.
1. Everything to power 0 is 1.
Well, it's of yes.
He's solving now. He's based on his understanding now. You want to go and try?
Like what she solving?
What did she
I don't
solve?
understand.
When we have left that question, because you were busy WhatsApping, so your attention was not there that time. Hope we are following what he's doing.
He's not talking.
Okay, you have to be talking now.
Yeah, he's not talking. He's doing by himself. He's done this Sorry, yeah.
Do we have another person to come and continue? Go and continue. Go and continue. Huh?
So is this one of the jump?
You have a jump question there. If you have it, bring it.
What is the power 1?
Can we put your hands together for him? Clap hands for him. Good. Yeah, take it away. All right. Because I collected the marker because you are only teaching yourself. We didn't hear you. Now let's see how this guy works. Let's see what he did. Let's see what he did here. He said, clap for him once again. All right, let's see. He really tried. At least he has an idea. He has an idea and he tried to exercise what he has in his mind. Let's see. Now, look up. Remember, this thing here is not equated to any number. Your own is just to differentiate this function. Are we together? Now, you have y equal to x over p plus 4x to power 3 minus root x. Remember, dy dx is equal to n minus 1. Are we together? So the next thing you do for yourself to make your work easy, is transform these guys to be in similar format with this. That's the first thing you do so that you don't get confused. Is that okay? Now, this implies that y is equal to x over p is equal to what?
1 over p times x.
Eh?
1 over p times x. X raised to the power minus 2.
X raised to the power what? X.
1 over p times x.
This 1 over, I want it off.
That 1 over p. X raised to the power minus 1. You turn the x raised to minus
In the one.
x raised to minus 3.
Because there's no variable there.
What is this? Remove this from here. What will you have?
It's going to be x times p raised to the power minus 1
X times p raised to the power minus 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's this?
I think that
B. Yeah. Yeah.
Look up. Look up. Look up. Look up. This is the same thing as the easiest way you do for yourself is separate x from it first. So which means you have 1 over p multiplied by x plus 4x to power 3 minus root of x is the same thing as what? X to power 1 over 2. Are we together? This is what you are having. Now, in this function here, 1 over p is a constant. That is the coefficient of x. 1 over p is the coefficient of x. 4 is the coefficient of x to power 3. While 1 is the coefficient of x to power 1 over 2. So you now try to apply this guy on each of these, on this function. So this implies that dy dx is equal to 1 over p is the coefficient. Your n here is what? 1. So you have 1 multiplied by, your a is what? 1 over p. Multiplied by 1 over p. Multiplied by what? X raised to the power of what? 1 minus 1. Are we together? Plus. Your n here is what? 3. You have 3 multiplied by, your a is what? Multiplied by 4. Multiplied by x to power 3 minus 1. Minus. Your n here is what? Your n here is what? 1 over 2. You have 1 over 2 multiplied by, your a is what? 1. Multiply x raised to the power of 1 over 2 minus 1. This implies that your dy over dx is equal to 1 times 1 over p is what? What is your problems here? This cycle. What is your problem? Somebody say, sir. Are you following to this point? So your dy dx is 1 times 1 over p is what? 1 over p. Now x to power 1 minus 1 is what? X to power 1 minus 1. X to power 1 minus 1. X raised to power 1 minus 1 is what? You say what? X raised to power 0. So an x raised to power 0 is what? 1. So everything here is equal to 1 over p. Plus 3 times 4 is what? 12 times x raised to the power of what? 2. Minus 1 over 2 times 1. 1 over 2 times 1. So you have 1 over 2 x to power 1 over 2 minus 1 is what? Raised to the power of minus 1 all over 2. So if you are to take this back into how it is, you have dy dx to be equal to 1 over p plus 12x squared minus, put this in root sign, you have what? 1 all over what? 2 root x. If you convert this guy here to sword, if you convert it to sword, you have this guy here. Is that okay? Good. Any question? Any question? Yeah, go ahead.
have something. Then we are solving this. Three solve this one.
Stand up from there. Stand up from there. Stand up from there. Come. Yeah. You're confused about where? Stand up from there. Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yes, sir. So using this formula method,
Mm-mm.
can I write here? Can I use solve to solve this?
Sword. You arrived where? Yeah, if you use the simplest, the easiest method for you to solve it and arrive at your answer. Yes, you can use it. You understand, right? So it's just to apply this guy. dy dx is equal to n ax to the power n minus 1. Just apply this guy on this guy here, apply on this guy, and apply on this guy. So when you apply on them separately, you are going to have all this. And how is one? All right. No, just calm down. Just calm down. Just calm down. Look at another question. Find dy dx. Find dy dx of the function. Find dy dx of the function y equal to of the function y equal to 1 over 4 raised to the power of 7x to the power 3 minus 6x. Yes. Find dy dx of the function. This guy.
Inside that 3 or 7. Is it 7x cubed?
7x cubed. 7x cubed. Who was having that JAMB Abiwai question the other day? Let me see. This maths, okay. Have you done partial fractions? Huh? Have you done series and sequences?
No.
That is arithmetic and geometric progressions. You have done it, right? Good. AP and GP. You have done variations.
Yes.
Good. You have done a coordinate geometry. Have you done coordinate geometry? Solve this quickly. Where is this noise coming from like this?
What I think is we are putting now.
You think it's not might come like I don't I know it's not might come like this. You just substitute like this. You shift it like this.
Have you all finished? Just expand your bracket. Y is equal to 7 over 4 x super 3 minus 3 over 2x. This is what you have. So dy dx is equal to 3 times 7 over 4 x squared minus 3 over 2. Minus 3 over 2 times 1 x to power 0. This is equal to 21 over 4 x squared minus 3 over 2. This is your answer. You don't get time. You don't get time.
Is this Saturday?
Why can't we? Why can't we?
Anyway, that is easiest for you.
I'm not getting what
It means what you did is not correct. Which means what you did is not correct. Everything is not correct. Which means what you did is not correct. All right. Look at this question. If y is equal to 4x cubed minus 2x squared plus x. If y is equal to 4x cubed minus 2x squared plus x. 4x cubed minus 2x squared plus x. Find dy dx. Yes. Find dy dx. If y is equal to this guy, find dy dx. What's the question you say you have? Have you finished? You have not what? If y equal to this guy, if y is equal to this guy, find dy dx. Association of backseaters. You are just smiling at yourselves. Let me draw closer. Let me come closer to you people. So that you will not feel deserted. So that you will not feel alone. What's your answer? If y is equal to this one that says she has business with me, have you solved it? Or you say you have business with me?
Yes.
And so why haven't you solved it? If y is equal to 4x cubed minus 2x squared plus x, find dy dx. That's one of your questions in JAMB. In your past questions. Yeah, go ahead. Who can tell me what your answer should be, even without writing anything down? All right. Your answer is very simple. dy dx is equal to 12x squared. This is your guy. You got it right? Good. Now, please let me tell you one secret. Hello? In this kind of simple questions, the attention should be more on the sign. The attention, when you have very simple questions, pay attention to the signs. Now, you can have the same thing here, and here will be turned to plus, and here will be turned to minus in your options. You might have here to be plus and here to be plus. You might have here to be minus and here to be minus. So you must pay attention. Wait, calm down. Let me tell you something yet. Calm down. Let me tell you something. I am allergic to noise. Now, your noise is a very, very, very destructive abomination. Do you know what your noise is doing to me? Your noises, let me tell you, your noises are grinding my intestine. You want me to collapse in your class? Because that is what your noise is. Okay, because you hate me because I'm a mathematician. Okay, because you hate mathematics, you hate anything that has to do with math, so you want me to die. That is, if you don't want my intestine to keep grinding, then stop the noise. For the sake of you wanting me to be alive, even if you have the temptation of talk, say I don't want this person to die, so just keep your mouth shut. Is that okay? But if you have proposed in your heart that as I am coming from my house today, I'm going to kill my math teacher, then go ahead and be making your noise. You see, let me tell you one story. Somebody came home one day and he wanted to test his wife. And he came home and then told the wife and said, look at up there. That is where my life is. Oh, in any day that anybody goes to touch anything there, I am dead. That there is something I put up there, and that thing, if anybody sees it, I am dead. Yeah. Immediately him and his wife started having quarrel. That was where the wife went straight. And immediately she went to open the thing and discovered that there was nothing there. So the husband now said, so if I hid my life there, that is how I would have died today. That is what he wants to do to me. And God will not allow you. My God will not allow you. All right. Quickly, let me give you another thing. There is what they call... That's mine. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Ask your questions. You want to solve more? Yes, sir. All right, let's look at the power rule. What we solved here is just the sum and difference rule. We are finished with the sum and difference rule. Sum means addition, while difference is subtraction. Now let's look at the power rule. Now in the power rule, look at Let, you can write this down. Let the function y is equal to f of x and t equal to f of z be two functions. Okay, sorry. Let y equal to f of x and t equal to f of z be two functions. Be two functions. Be two functions. Let yes t. Let yt be the product. Let yt be the product of the two functions. Of the two functions. Okay. X, Y, Z, S. Change this to S. This X changes to S. dy dx. Dy dx is given as t dy ds plus y dt dz. Let y equal to f of s and t equal to f of z be two functions. Let yt be the product of the two functions. Dy dx is equal to t dy ds plus y dt dt. When you are having functions that are multiplied together, when you are having the product of two functions, example, find dy dx of the function y is equal to x square plus 1 multiplied by x to power minus 3 minus 1. You see, in this life bar, Don't ever tell people your weaknesses. Don't ever tell people your weak point. Except you are ready to die. Don't tell people your weaknesses. You know, Delilah and Samson. Samson came and told Delilah. Delilah will come and say, tell me your secret, tell me your secret. You know I love you so much now. You know you are my sweetheart. You are my honey, you are my darling. Tell me your weak point. Hope you all know the end of the story. You all know the end, right? So don't tell people your weaknesses. Let them assume. Let them just be guessing. But don't ever tell them. That is just the example that I had explained in this class. So if I have told you my real secret now, I would have just paid my sins. What did you say? What if somebody is asking something very important? Now this is outside this now. Let me tell you something, because you are meant to be equipped both in character and in learning. Now, she's asking me that what if she is your wife? Now, let me tell you something. You are young people and you reserve the right to have the accurate knowledge as you are growing, to be able to guide you. Let me tell you one sincere truth. You see? Stand. Look at this girl. She's my wife. Listen. It dey pain you. Listen now. Listen. Let me tell you something very important. You see this lady? She has already had her training from her home. Before I met her. Wait. Before I met her, her parents have already raised her. She already had a mind of her own. She already had everything of her own. Now, as a man, first of all, I must define my purpose of meeting with her. Now, me and her, we don't have the same blood. We are not of the same blood. We only came united by virtue of marriage, of agreement, right? As we are not of the same blood, there is no way I can vouch for her that she cannot do me any bad. There is no way. There is no way that she can vouch for me that I cannot do her anything. By implication, don't run with people with too much emotions. Run with people with love, run with them with respect, but do not commit your heart. Do not trust your heart in their hands. Do not trust your life in the hands of any man. Whether it's your wife or it's your husband, do not trust your life in his hand or in her hand. Because sit down. Because you see, the day you'll be shocked, it will be difficult for you to arise. Wives that betray their husbands, husbands that betray their wives, mothers that betray their children, children that betray their parents. You getting it? That aside, now the power rule. When you have a function like this is a function, this is a function, and they are multiplying together. In that case, you apply what is called the power rule. Now, you can either use the power rule or you expand this guy, make it a polynomial function, and then use this guy the NAX raised to power n minus 1. Now, this one you use the power rule. Let, please look up now. Let u be equal to x squared plus 1 and v equal to x to power minus 3 minus 1. You split the function into two like this. So you have your u, you have your v. Now applying from power rule, you have dy dx to be equal to v, this is v, v du dx. This is u, this is du, you have du dx from here. V du dx plus u dv dx. This is the power rule. So what this implies is your v is what? Your v is what? X to the power minus what? Minus what? 1. Multiplied by du dx is what? This guy. Du dx is what? 2x. This is your du dx. Then you have plus your u is what?
X squared plus 1.
Then your dv dx is what? Minus
3x raised to power minus
3x is power minus 4. You have this. So this is equal to, multiply these guys out. You are going to have what?
2x raised to power minus 2.
2x is power what? Minus 2
Minus 2
minus 2x
plus minus 3x raised to power
raised to the power of minus 2 minus what? Minus 4. So this is the same thing as 2x is by minus 2 minus 3x is by minus 2. You are going to have what? Minus x is by minus 2 minus
3x raised to power minus 4 minus 2x.
this is the same thing as minus into
Minus x
minus 2x plus 3x power minus 4 plus x power minus 2. You have this guy here. So when you use the product rule, this is your dy dx. Is that okay? Another example on product rule. Write this quickly. Let's write another example. Solve this quickly before you go for your break. And I would like everybody to solve because I will move around and check it. This guy here. All of you solve it. If I move around and you don't solve it, you not attend my class after the break. Eh? If you are not offering maths, then the class is not for you after the break. So long as you are here, you must solve it. So long as you will be in my class after the break, you must solve this. I let them go now. I let them go. So solve this quickly. I will move around and check it. I should bring the board for you. Are we finished? You're not famous. So what is this? Eh? No, it's not correct. Use the product rule. Use the product rule. Split it into U and V. Split into U and V or S and some other function, depending on the name you want to give the function. But just use the convention U and T. Your U is equal to 3x squared minus 1. Your V is equal to 2 root x plus 2. So, and then apply the product rule formula that says V du dx plus U dv dx. You look like a thief girl, right? Hey, thief. Please take a Don't finish. You guys are the senior students. You are the senior class. Senior men and senior women. Have you all finished? You didn't what? You didn't get the explanation to that? I said make your U. Let your U be equal to 3x squared minus 1. And your V, 2 root x plus 2. Then apply the product rule formula that says dy dx is equal to V du dx plus U dv dx. So from there you are going to find du dx, find dv dx, and then use that formula to solve. Okay. Is there anybody from Benin Republic here? Benin Republic. Is there anybody from Sierra Leone? Have you finished? Why? What happened? Eh? You don't understand. Sorry. Have you finished? Yes. Go ahead, please. You can.
We are trying to solve this. Is 2 times 2 to give us 6 for you. Then for you. Then for V, how are we going to multiply like to get the U dv over
dv dx.
Yes.
So you differentiate this with respect to x. So you need to look for a way of differentiating this guy. dv dx. So here now becomes dv dx. So you multiply it by u. You understand? Where's your own? Where's your own? You are not doing maths. You are sleeping. You didn't sleep overnight. Why just got you sleep? You say you are not sleeping, even with sweat. Yes. Okay, you are reading. If you are meditating, you are ruminating. So it's very simple. Where is this guy? For those of you who did not understand, look at it. It's very simple. When you have two functions multiplying, when you have these two guys multiplying, let your u be equal to 3x squared minus 1. The u dx is what? 6x. Then your v is equal to 2 root x plus 2, which is the same thing as what? 2 what? X raised to the power 1 over 2 plus 2. So dv dx is what? You have x raised to the power of what? Minus 1 over 2. When you differentiate this guy, you have this. When you differentiate this guy using this here, you will have this. So your dy dx is equal to v du dx plus u dv dx. At the end of the day, you're going to have your dy dx to be equal to v is what? Multiplied by 6x plus your u is what? Multiplied by you have this. So this is equal to, expand the bracket. Expand this bracket, you will have your result. As you expand it. All right. This is the same thing as 2x to power half plus 2 multiplied by 6x plus 3x squared minus 1 multiplied by x to power minus half. Now let's multiply out. 6x times 2x raised to power half is what? You are going to have 12x to power 1 plus 1 over 2. 3 over 2. This is what you will have. Plus 12x. Is that okay? Plus this multiplied by this. 3x to power 2 minus 1 over 2. 2 minus 1 over 2. 3 over 2. You have 3 over 2 minus x to power of minus 1 over 2. This is equal to 12x to power 3 over 2 plus 3x to power 3 over 2. Huh? Which one? This one? 2 minus half. 2 minus half is what? 2 minus half is 1.5, which is 3 over 2. So this is equal to, when you add this to this, you will have 15x to power 3 over 2 plus 12x minus x is what? Sorry, plus 12x minus x to power minus 1 over 2. This will be your result for this guy. Any question?